Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Introduce myself. My name is Vania Aurelian. Here I will present about a graph. This graph first can be seen above graph. I will present here about a graph. This first graph can be seen above. This first chart contains an explanation of the British emigration to selection destination. According to the chart, Australia remained their most popular destination by nearly 40,000 people in 2005. Although USA and New Zealand were not popular among British people, France and Spain were selected as their second highest destination at just 35,000. France and Spain were selected as their second highest destination at just 35,000 people in 2005. In the year 2006, there was a massive increase of British immigration. Over 50,000 people who selected Australian again compared to other four countries. Simultaneously, were the highest number of British people selected to Australia in 2007, around 45,000. British emigration to a chosen destination in data from 2004 to 2000. Based on emigration chart from the highest to the lowest, we are held by the Australian, Spain, France, USA, and New Zealand. Movement to next chart. Let's look at the second chart. The bar chart illustrates the gross domestic product generated from the IT and service industry and 92 to 2000. It is measured in percentage. Overall, it can be seen that both increase as a percentage of GDP, but IT remain at a higher rate this time. The diagram above shows gross domestic product from IT and service industry of the UK. It shows in a percent. In 1992, showed 6% of GDP IT and from versus GDP service industry. In 1994, showed 8% of GDP IT and 7% GDP service industry. In 1996, showed 8% of GDP IT and 7% GDP service industry. In 1998, showed 12% of GDP IT and 8% GDP service industry. And next, in 2000, showed 50% GDP IT and 8% GDP service industry. In 2000, showed 50% GDP IT and 8% GDP service industry. And in the next chart, the diagram above shows the source income that comes from the donate for. The diagram above shows the source of income that comes from the donate for of 86.6%, contribution of 10.40%. Program revenue of the 0.2%, investment income of 0.2%, government grant of 0.2%, other income 0.4%, and the total is 53,561,580 million. However, the next source is expenditure, in that there are three components and are noticeably different. The version of program service is heavily growing up. In order to component program service is 95.8. Moreover, fundraising occurs to 0.6% in the end. Management and general can spending 1.6%. The total dollars are included in the revenue source difference